Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to Esther's Espirational Message. Well, we're at the end of another week, and I think it's been almost 2 months or just over 2 months of being in lockdown, which was slightly lifted this week. There's lots of controversy about what that was all about, but I'm not going to go into that at this moment in time. But what I wanted to talk to you about very briefly today is this whole thing of fear and scaremongering. There's been so much scaremongering over the past few months on many different levels. There's been lots of people coming out with different theories, different concepts, different reasons about why this is happening, how it's happening, whether it's real, whether it's not real, whether it's man-made, not man-made, so many different things. And that's just part of the fear mongering. But then there's also the fear of us losing our freedom, and how we're experiencing that loss of freedom, and then who do we become, and how are we allowing ourselves to be giving away our freedom on such a level that it shuts down the whole world. And then on a more basic level, the fear of being too close to each other, the fear of not being around each other. There's so much fear. And so this message is simply to say, behind closed doors, do whatever you can to hold on to your personal power. Do whatever you can to hold on to your sanity. And I'll just share this with you. Today I went to B&Q. Yes, I went to B&Q. I went out. Yes, I was amongst people, but the social distancing system still was in place. And I needed to sneeze. Now, I was standing in a very, very long queue, and had on my sunglasses, so I don't think they recognized me, because I had to sneeze, and I did sneeze. And it was one of those moments where I felt the sneeze rising, and I'm thinking, no, not now. We've just come out of quarantine. We've just come out of lockdown. People are going to jump me and put me in a van and cart me away, because there was a stream nearby. So I just had all these visions of being bundled up and wrapped up and thrown in the stream. And I can feel the sneeze and the cough rising. And it's one of those things where your eyes get kind of bulbous because you're trying to hold it in, and then your nose flexes, and then you can feel the sweat, because I'm like, I ain't gonna sneeze, I ain't gonna cough. But the more you inhale is the more that it tickles. And I thought I was gonna explode, and then all of a sudden I sneezed. And you should have seen people's responses. One lady, she stepped, we were in a line. So she sort of stepped away from me, shuffled away, shuffle, shuffle. And I wanted to go and push her. And then there was another lady, you could see she kept on looking at the corner of her eye, like she was, like I was some FBI agent. She's looking at, and I really wanted to say, it was a sneeze, peeps. It was a sneeze, for heaven's sake. And then I felt the cough wanted to rise. I'm like, no, not the cough. Because, with the cough and, all that. And so I had to really close my eyes and meditate right in the middle of Sydenham, waiting in line to get into B&Q. And then it just brought me back to this whole thing of this whole fear mongering, and how it sometimes takes us down roads where we don't even want to go, but because of the conditioning and because of where we've been over the past 2 months, people are on tender hooks. And it was just really interesting, people's responses to my sneeze and my cough. You could see the fear, you could see the social distancing getting even more. And I'm like, well, that's cool, dude. You can social distance as far as you want, because it was a sneeze. And as much as I was come across as quite blasé about it, there is a reality factor. People are still in that place of fear. And there was a part of me that really wanted to run amok, run up and down the line, and just looking in people's faces say, yeah, I sneeze, so what are you going to do about it? But that's the belligerent side of me. That's the real ignorant, as you would say in Barbie, it's the real ignorant side of me. So basically this message, in its own way, is saying, as we come through into a different phase of this whole situation, where people are going to be let out a lot more, shops are going to be open, we'll be given a bit more freedom. I would say still be careful, but also work on the fear, work on your individual and your personal power. so that when things around you happen, you're not affected, or you don't react a certain way. Is that making sense? I'm not saying don't be scared, because that's a natural emotion. But what I'm saying is, so that you can keep your balance, so that you can just hold on to some semblance of sanity, because I've heard so many people who are in this real fear-based place and how it's really affecting them. And I'm not demising how you feel, but I'm just saying, hold on to some tools and resources that will help you manage and bring balance into that place of fear. So on that note, I'm going to make sure that I wear my face mask the next time. Can you imagine if I sneezed behind that? I would have knocked myself out in it. But on that note, this is Esther's inspirational message for a Friday evening.